Hi, everyone. I'm Matt Brown, as Greg mentioned. I know that faces with names can be tough, and particularly with everything we've been through over the last 2+ years, it's made it even tougher. So I made sure to wear my name tag today. But I just want to say it's been great to be back in the sanctuary, in-person services with all you familiar faces. It's been great. I first came to PCUM a little more than 15 years ago with my wife, Olivia, and my daughter, Alexandra, who had just been born and, well, needed to be baptized. Well, I guess she didn't need to be baptized, but we wanted to baptize her. And her grandparents really wanted us to baptize her. So we did that. We found PCUM, I think, because I grew up Presbyterian, so I was seeking out, grew up in a Presbyterian church, so I was seeking something familiar. And my wife, I think you'd have to ask her, but she grew up Catholic, and I think the grandeur, honestly, of this building kind of spoke to her and reminded her of what she grew up with. So we ended up here. Alexandra was baptized by Pastor Bob Pryor, who was the interim pastor at the time. Really amazing guy. He had crazy, scary, incredible stories about being in Iran in 1979 during the Islamic Revolution, among many other stories. He really left an impression on us. We continue going to church. My son, Nolan here, was actually, I think, one of the first, if not the first, that Pastor Greg baptized here at PCUM a little more than 13 years ago. I can't leave out my daughter, Madeline, who is now 11. She was also baptized by Pastor Greg, who obviously continues to leave a big impression on our family and I think the congregation. We quickly became comfortable here. My wife Olivia and I would go to coffee hour and chat with people. The kids, I think, felt really comfortable. They would go to Sunday school and then scarf down Oreos and run around like they own the place. So I think they really felt at home. My kids are close in age. Alexandra, my oldest, just turned 16, is about to turn 16. Nolan just turned 14, and my daughter Madeline's 11. When they were still little, I got a call from Pastor Greg, and he asked me if I would consider being a deacon. And I thought for sure he dialed the wrong number, because I was the guy who could barely get his kids out of the house and get them to church, and my wife, Olivia, again, is a nurse, so she works a lot of Sundays. So it was just me trying to drag 3 kids to church. But like I said, I had felt comfortable in the church, and I really liked it, so I wanted to give back any way I could, and I agreed to be a deacon. I served 2 terms as a deacon. The kids would come and help me out. They would help me hand out bulletins and help me cut up the bread for communion. I think they got a good behind-the-scenes view and a glimpse at, kind of what it means to help out and what it means to serve. And then a few years ago, I think right before the pandemic, I got another call from Pastor Greg, asked me if I'd like to be on session. And I had the same exact reaction. It's like, you sure? You called the right person? As a deacon, I managed to get the candles lit before service, and I managed to cut up the bread for communion. Actually, one time we didn't cut up enough bread, and we had to start tearing apart the ceremonial piece. You want me to make the actual decisions that run the church and personnel and budgets and me? So I'm currently serving on session. It's been rewarding, I have to say. Both serving as a deacon and as an elder has been rewarding. And then last week I got a call from Laura Phillips, asked me to come up and speak about stewardship for a couple minutes. And for the 3rd time, I thought, are you sure you got the right person here? I'm like the least performing person on the Buildings and Grounds Committee. Tom Williams, Dave Galante, they run circles around me. It's not even, and my pledge amount, I do what I can, but I can't possibly be one of the bigger donors. I just can't. If we are, we're in trouble. If I am, we're in trouble. But here I am, again. Can't say no to Laura, so she does a lot for this church, so if she asks, and I'm able, I'm willing. But again, I haven't even made it down to the 7th Street Bistro yet to serve in that capacity. So I know Trace, Larry, I got your email. I'm coming. But even given all that, here I am talking to you. So I think after 3 times, I think I'm finally starting to figure it out. When the question is, who, me, really? The answer is, yeah, you. Come home. Come home to today's church. That's what it's all about. You're an important part of who we are and what we are as a congregation. And we'd love for you to be involved any way you can. There are lots of ways to do it. You can choose something that speaks to you. You don't have to be perfect, obviously, but your contributions, even if you don't think they stack up, they're definitely valued, and they definitely have an impact. So come home. Thank you.